As we have learned more and more about COVID-19 throughout this pandemic, the guidelines for how we're supposed to live with it have evolved too. Take this change, for example. The CDC is revising its guidelines for people who may have been exposed to the virus. We've been telling you about it all week long, and we've heard your questions. So in this week's Q&A, we want to help clear things up in case you find yourself in this tricky situation. It's important to note the CDC still recommends quarantining for 14 days as the best way to reduce the spread of COVID-19. But that's a long time to be out of work or school, and the CDC acknowledges that 14 days might not be very feasible. Instead, the CDC now says potential exposure warrants a quarantine of 10 or 7 days, depending on your test results and symptoms. If you do not develop symptoms, you would only need to quarantine for 10 days, and a COVID test is not required. If you test negative, that period can be shortened to just a week. 7 days. CDC officials described the decision as data-driven and said it's been under review for weeks. Health officials say most people are infectious within a week of exposure.